Well, hello YouTubers, this is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you guys. Well, last week I did my horoscopes video, and you guys really seemed to enjoy that. And I got a wonderful video response from one of my friends here on YouTube named Rhea Rose. Well, her name is Maria Rose, but her channel is called Rhea Rose, and I'll put the link below here. And Maria, I got to tell you, you're a wonderful person. I so enjoy watching your videos as well, and I'm very honored that you enjoy my work. Thank you for the honor of a video response. Well, I was so inspired by your video that I thought, well, I've got to do a good response to this. Now, in your video, for those of you guys who haven't seen it yet, I'll put the link below. But basically, Maria Rose wants to know about. She said she was researching the great goddess Isis and the god Hermes, and she discovered that Isis has a connection to the Virgin Mary and also to the zodiac sign of Virgo. And yes, Maria Rose, I do want to tell you there is a connection there. Now, the zodiac system in the old days did come out of the ancient pagan systems. So the goddess Isis was the great mother of the universe. And as the Christian church took over, the Virgin Mary kind of assumed a lot of the titles of the ancient goddess. So the goddess, Isis, is equal to Virgin Mary and is equal to Virgo. So yes, you did get that right, and I find that fascinating. Now, you also asked you said that your research uncovered that it was believed that Jesus was born September 11th during the sign of Virgo. Now, and you also said that synchronizes with your birthday. Isn't that very interesting? Well, I got to tell you, I come from a Rosicrucian background, and I have a little different interpretation. Now, for Jesus being born in the sign of Virgo, that may be possible. But in the Rosicrucian book that I've researched, and this is out of my library, this is from 1920. It's called the Rosicrucian Cosmoconception. This is an original copy from the Rosicrucian order. They study it from the angle of the traditional belief date of December 24th through December 25th. Now, there is a connection because the pagans had Yule on December 21st, which is the birth of the Sun Lord. And it's believed by the Rosicrucians that there is a connection there also for Christ. And I thought I'd read to you a little passage out of the Rosicrucian Cosmoconception. Now, if any of you guys can get this book, it's kind of rare, but it's a valuable research material. And this was very popular in the 1920s. But this gives a little different perspective, and I just want to throw this out to you to look at, okay? It says, the night between the 24th and 25th of December is the holy night par excellence of the entire year. The zodiacal sign of the Immaculate Celestial Virgin stands upon the eastern horizon near midnight. The sun of the new year is then born and starts upon his journey from the southernmost point towards the northern hemisphere to save that part of humanity physically from the darkness and famine which would inevitably result if he were to remain permanently south of the equator. Now, just to back up here, what they're saying is that the motion of the sun moving into the northern hemisphere passes through the house of Virgo during that time, during that night. So it's very interesting because it says the celestial virgin stands upon the eastern horizon near midnight. And the sun, S-U-N, of the new year is then born. So this shows that the Christian concept of Christ's birth has some pagan connections as well. Very fascinating. To the people of the northern hemisphere, where all our present-day religions originated, the sun is directly below the earth, and the spiritual influences are strongest in the north at midnight on the 24th of December. That being the case, it follows as a matter of course that it would then be easiest for those who wish to take a definite step toward initiation to get in conscious touch with the spiritual sun, S-U-N, especially for the first time. Therefore, the pupils who were ready for initiation were taken in hand by the hierophants of the mysteries, and by means of ceremonies performed in the temple were raised to a state of exaltation wherein they transcended physical conditions. To their spiritual vision, the solid earth became transparent, and they saw the sun at midnight, the star. It was not the physical sun that they saw with their spiritual eyes, however, but the Spirit in the Son, the Christ, their spiritual Savior, as the physical sun was their physical Savior. This is the star that shone on that holy night, and that still shines for the mystic in the darkness of night. So anyways, according to the Rosicrucians, they believe that Jesus was born during that time period, and that night is very significant. So I'd say really whether he was born on September 11th or on December 24th, either way the sign of Virgo is present, and the power of the Great Mother is present. So I think this is very, very fascinating. Now, you also ask another fascinating question about Virgo is ruled by Gemini. The signs of Virgo and Gemini are ruled by the planet Mercury. And you said, why doesn't Virgo have its own ruler? Why is, and you said, actually Mercury does not technically rule Virgo. Well, what you have to understand is at the time when the signs were all put together, there was limited knowledge of the zodiac, of the planetary systems. And I don't believe they had as many as we do now. For example, the planet Uranus was only discovered in around 1930 or 31. And so knowledge of the heavenly bodies and how they move was somewhat limited. So in a sense, some of the signs double up on the planets because they were the closest influence they could assimilate. Okay. Now, Virgo, as you know, is very much a sign that's ruled in the mind. Virgos are very intellectual. And Mercury is also a planet that rules the intellect and the air and communication. So mind, communications, things of thought are also ruled by air. So I think there is a connection there. Anyways, even if it's not astrologically precise. But anyways, I hope that this answers a few of your questions. This was really great. I really appreciate your research and sharing with me. And I'm going to do more research on the September 11th date and see what I can dig up. But for right now, I want to share with you the Rosicrucian cosmoconception and its interpretation. So it sounds like the Virgo element is present either day. Okay? So which one is right? Who can say? It's a mystery. But it's one we'll work on exploring. Well, Maria Rose, thank you so much. Listen, guys, go check out her channel. She's a lovely person, a lot of fun, very fascinating, very profound, and a great mystic. All right, guys, well, listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. We'll have messages from the spirit world this week and other fun stuff. So we'll see you soon. God bless you. Good night.